Hey, thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the H-Train Show, where our only mission is so programs out there beyond the VA. Choo,
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
We begin on the tracks, rails stretching beyond the horizon. Each tie a memory, each rail a promise of where we might go. In the early years, our first logo appeared, a pioneer stepping onto the platform of possibility. Through seasons of growth, change, and challenge, we moved forward. The whistle of opportunity sounded, and we boarded the train of time. The view changed with every mile, some stations brief, others lasting. Our logos changed too, not just emblems, but mile markers of evolution. Along the way, seats filled with teammates, mentors, veterans, and friends. Some stayed for the ride, others stepped off, leaving their legacy on the rails behind us. And still, the journey continues. The tracks ahead stretch into the unknown, familiar yet full of new promise. What matters most is how we travel, with purpose, with grit, with heart. Because the journey matters, the movement matters, and the legacy of those logos, every year, every show, lives on in the rhythm of these rails. So here we are once again, all aboard. The whistle blows, the tracks call. Together we ride. We are the H-Train Show, showing veterans programs beyond the VA since 2015. H is in the building now.
Let's go! Strap in, this one's for the fighter. In 1998 I took the oath. 20 years I gave my soul. Sandstorms, fire, a roadside blast. Everything I knew shattered fast.
You haven't seen nothing yet! Woo!
Drowning in turmoil, 15 meds, mine in a haze. Living felt like a permanent dead. Still standing, scarred and proud. Crushed by war, but I won't stay down. Voice of the broken, thunder in my chest. With the freedom fighters rising from the wreck. Parents pulled me from the edge of night, pushed me forward back into the light. Ski boots on, carving through pain. Found my fire on that frozen terrain. Said I was too old to beat the race, so I trained like hell, put them in their place. From slurred words to a podium stand. Yeah, I'm racing with lightning in my hands. Still standing, scarred and proud. Crushed by war, but I won't stay down. From Kokomo to Olympic slope, we're the freedom fighters born to cope. Now I take the mic, not a rifle. Broadcast truth, yeah, that's survival. Paralyzed, but still I lead. With every word we plant a seed. Still standing, warriors loud. Can't break us, we screaming proud. Not wounded, we're on the attack. Freedom fighters, and we're taking it back. Freedom fighters, yeah, yeah. Keep rising. Freedom fighters.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the H-Train Show. I am again sitting with my co-star partner, HG.
What's up?
It is April 24, 2026. It is Red Friday. How is everybody today?
Not too bad,
Doing
man.
well,
Can't
doing well.
complain.
I I was asking before we came on the show. I was asking Caveman what our draft looks. I forgot all about the draft being.
You guys traded for Jalen Waddle. The Broncos didn't have a first
We
round pick
we
anymore.
picked 0 overall.
Yeah.
So
we
just nothing in the first day for the Broncos.
We'll have to wait until late in round 2 before we pick. We only have 1 pick today too because our third's also gone.
Okay.
We do all of our work on day 3.
So in other words,
right.
this draft is going to be boring.
Yeah. Hey, okay, man. When we do the sports report, we can I can read off my mock draft and then we can read off how the actual draft went because boy, I was not close on my first round.
Can't predict the draft. That's way.
Yeah, it was
way too hard.
It was way off.
The draft. A lot of the top guys in the similar position. Like we had a lot of outside linebackers in this class that were all real like top 10 potential.
Some guys really slid further than I expected.
Well, I see that I did see that the Raiders they picked the quarterback from Indiana University. So
Fernando.
Yeah,
I got that one right. So
yeah, that's probably the only one that anyone got right.
Proud to say I at least got that one. I was right about the Chiefs drafting Mansour Delane. They just traded up to get him.
What a waste.
Yeah.
Did they just have the insider info that the Browns were going to get him, or
they didn't
even need to?
I don't know. And then that was about it. I mean, I was right that a team picking at number 16 with green as their primary color was going to draft Kenyon Sadiq. I just had that team as the Eagles and not the Jets.
Yeah.
Well, before we get too further into the story, so we're going to do mail call, but before we do mail call, I want to take the liberty real quick to Oscar Mike Radio. They presented me an award yesterday, and I wanted to tell Travis from Oscar Mike Radio that I really appreciate the encouragement. I really appreciate the war. It really made me speechless. But today's mail call, and the reason why I picked this as a mail call, is because we have a host that he goes far and beyond what he does for veterans, even here at this network. And I think it's really important to bring it up. So let's get started on that, and then we'll talk about the 3 top stories. So it's that time. Mail call.
Attention, mail call.
Oh my God!
You've got mail.
Hey, listen up! Listen up! I don't care if you're ready. Mail don't wait.
There we go. There's the individual that I want to talk about. So he has been with us for almost 3 years, and Tony, he does a show every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and he has been going out of his way, not only doing stuff here at the network, but he's also doing school on top of working a full-time job. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. Well, anyway, so he got with a nonprofit that we've had on the show before, and that nonprofit is Soldiers to Sidelines. So he's going to be coaching. In fact, a lot of veterans that get out, they try to find their purpose, and it's just one of those outlets, one of those purposes that he is doing. And so we want to give a hats off to Tony for going the extra mile for that. So I just wanted to make sure that we brought that up and give him credit, because I tell you what, it's easy to talk it, but it's a lot harder to walk it. And I'm finding that out as we speak, every single day. This mic, I should have changed it because I'm like sitting here like leaning into it and stuff. Um, so the top stories that we have today, and it's just the top stories. I'm not trying to get political, but of course, when you ask them for the top stories, the first thing that comes up is politics, and I hate that. But it's still life, and we still need to bring it up. U.S. Iran conflict driving the global crisis, still fighting around the Strait of Hormuz is escalating. U.S. forces engaged in Iranian vessels and shipping disruptions ongoing. Oil prices have surged. It is now above $100 a barrel, triggering global inflation concerns and economic instability. Man, I'm driving my motorcycle. This tells you how much gas is. Usually, my motorcycle costs 15 bucks to fill up, maybe, right? Yesterday, I filled it up and it cost me $22. That shows you how much gas is. Right now, currently in Denver, gas is almost $5, and that's for premium. So it's crazy.
That's starting to like cost me like $50, like 50 plus a tank to just
right.
fill
And
it up.
and I don't know if it has anything to do with like the tariffs or whatever. But so one thing that we're improving with the studio is we gotta put a new video card into the tower. I went to Micro Center yesterday. Dude, my jaw dropped after they told me that we couldn't buy two of them. There was a limit. There was a limit for computer parts. I've never heard that in my life, that there was a limit. I've heard limit in a grocery store. I've heard limits on gas, on cigarettes, but never a computer part.
It's always been hard to get those.
I mean,
It costs an arm and a leg just to get a graphics card. And I mean, you really only need one anyways.
well, I need two because I've got one personal computer and then I've got our server computer. So definitely need two.
If you have more than one computer, but you can't put more than one in one computer. Is
Yeah,
what
that's true.
I'm saying.
That's very true. And I just wanted to announce real quick that our partner, DV Radio, they have a new mobile app now. So make sure that if you're listening to us, you know, make sure you tune in to listen to those guys because they're driving a powerful message. The veteran that we're having on today for an interview, he's driving the message. We'll be talking to Earl from Veterans Trash Talk and finding out exactly how they came about. What year did they come out and stuff like that.
Better be nice, Julie's listening.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
posted the stream for us.
Yeah,
He's here early, man.
Hey, I tell you what, Earl's a good guy. I like him a lot. We tried to get him on the channel a long time ago, but some things that just didn't manage. But we'll try to get that going on again
Got it
momentarily
today. Yep.
Yep. The U.S. political pressure on Trump intensifies. A majority of the Americans now blame President Trump for the high gas prices, largely tied to the Iran war. His approval rating has dropped around 36%, putting pressure on the Republicans ahead of midterms. At the same time, the DOJ launched an investigation into how Epstein-related files were released, raising new controversy. And the global tensions beyond the war, the U.S. is considering pushing NATO allies that aren't supporting the Iran are punishing the NATO allies that aren't supporting the Iran conflict. Meanwhile, China is moving to block U.S. investments in key tech sectors, signaling deeper economic rivalries. Now, this is so bottom line, war equals higher oil prices, political fallout in the U.S. and global tensions still rage. Now, I'm going to let you guys do the top stories for the NBA playoffs that are heating up right now, and the NFL draft. I'll have you guys kind of recap that a bit. I asked Caveman if he saw his video. I didn't keep the video, but there is a video of the baseball guy hits a line drive. I've never seen it before. He doesn't catch it in his hand, doesn't catch it in his glove, but he catches it in his baseball jersey. The ball went right between the two buttons in his baseball jersey. Talking about a million catch shot. Yeah.
Wow.
I wish I had that video, but it was amazing. Also, entertainment. 3 things just to kick off. There's there's Mother Mary that's going to be in theaters this week. Apex streaming. So that's going on as well. And the movies that are coming out: Meryl Streep, Devil. Oh, I just closed myself out. Devil Wears Prada 2. I don't know why they keep
They're
making
remaking
sequels.
that?
All about sequels. Why?
Yeah.
And,
Because-
don't
Isn't that
make
like a cult classic movie from like back in the day, H?
don't ever make
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen Devil Wears Prada. It's kind of a chick flick.
don't
I just
Don't
I
make
hear a lot
anything
of good
original.
things about Meryl Streep, yeah.
nice, safe existing IPs that people will recognize. Don't try to be don't have any originality.
Right. And then Mortal Kombat 2. And we kind of saw Mortal Kombat 2 here recently because they have the American Nightmare in that movie. Which for the longest time I'm thinking to myself, why the hell do they call him American Nightmare?
He's in the Street Fighter movie.
And then his father was American Dream, so I get it now. I get it. Put two together every
They
single
need
day.
some competition actually. 'Cause Cody Rhodes is in the Street Fighter movie,
Right.
not Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's
I'm
like,
getting my movies.
It's like a little
confused.
competition.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ratings got going. They got Andrew Schultz in the Street Fighter movie, so I think I don't know how serious that's going to be.
And then the Mandalorian and Grogu
There we go.
in theaters May 26th, May 22nd, the release date. You would think that they would have that released on May 4th.
Yeah.
They could.
Why do anything fun like
Joel,
that?
They need to hire you, man. They
They
actually messed up with that.
I know. I mean, perfect marketing scheme right there. And then we have the Spider-Man Brand New Day. It's coming soon to box office near you. And then not 1, not 2, not 3, but Toy Story 5. Really? So
With Woody's bald spot. You don't see his bald spot that they had in the trailer.
That's funny. And then Disclosure Day, directed by Steven Spielberg. And that's kind of where we are with the top stories for today.
You know what?
I'm going to let you guys do your real quick sports review, and then we'll go on break.
All right. Yeah. Well, where do we start? The draft. We were talking about it. I think some of my least favorite picks were both of the Dolphins picks.
Yeah, boring.
Caden Proctor didn't make any sense to me.
Boring picks.
And I mean, like, there were just so many good defensive players out there still. Or Mekhi Lemon, like, you paid Malik Willis a bunch of money. He's got no one to throw the ball to. And like their pick at number 30 was also so uninspiring. I can't even. Who did they take at 30? It was
I don't even freaking remember now because it was that.
Yeah. Oh, they traded it. That's right. They gave it to Tennessee. I like Tennessee coming back into the first round, getting Keldrick Falk. That was really good. The Rams wasting the 13th pick on a backup quarterback. Mind-boggling.
They made the Falcons' lives like a living hell getting that pick,
Yeah.
especially after what they needed. I mean, like, come on.
I mean, Matthew Stafford's going to be your quarterback. Why would you not draft an impact player at that position? Does it? So
They
that,
still could have had Ty Simpson later on. Like, come on.
That just blows my mind. And then I also, a number of teams trading back, like letting their division rival trade up to go get the person they wanted. Like the Cowboys, you let the Eagles trade up and then get Mekhi Lemon. So now they can trade AJ Brown and still have a receiver to replace him. Like, what are we doing, man?
Well, I think it's crazy because I've always loved football, and I've always been the guy that if there's a game, if there's a draft, I'm making something happen. This year, it's like the draft just kind of snuck up on me. Like I didn't even realize that it was draft day until you guys talked about it Wednesday.
That's
I'm
because
like,
the Broncos were good this year, so we're not like, oh god, who are we going to
not
draft
really
to
in the
improve our
local
life?
news, especially since they traded away that first round pick.
shit.
Like, I'm sure Broncos draft picks in the next few days will probably be in around local news. You might see it on your For You page for that local stuff here pretty soon. But yeah,
But here in Denver, we're focused on the Nuggets, who have dropped down to a 2-1 series deficit. Same with the 6 seeds in both the East and the West with 2-1 series leads.
I mean, at least it's not as bad. The Knicks losing to the Hawks would be kind of a laughing stock.
That would be really
to a
bad.
rival. At least we're a good team.
A really good team with a consensus, I would say, probably top 5 player in the league right now.
We're not getting belt by CJ McCollum. What his jersey number is his age. He wears 32. He's something like that.
Yeah, CJ McCollum leading a team through the playoffs in the year of our Lord 2026 is wild if you've been following the NBA for a while. A lot of controversy in that Suns series, Suns Thunder. Devin Booker very publicly calling out the referees, and I mean, it's definitely some strange officiating going on.
There's always drama going on. Whatever team goes against the Oklahoma Thunder, there's always drama. That's what I've noticed. They like to talk shit.
Well, they also are just shameless grifters that foul bait. Like, it's not just Shea, it's their entire team. We've got Portland shocking, or they're tied with San Antonio thanks to the Wemby concussion. That series now could go any direction with how severe it looks like that concussion was for Victor Wembanyama.
Literally, we need the Nuggets to win the series.
Yeah.
Because then
we get
better matchup in the second round now.
Could get Portland round 2. Would be great, but
the way we shoot and the way they are defensively, that might not be as good as we think.
Did the Nuggets?
The way the Nuggets like to play.
Did the Nuggets lose at home, or did they lose away?
We lost one of our home games,
one
on
away.
the road.
Oh, okay, all right.
Some happier news: the Colorado Avalanche have taken the 3-0 series lead over the Los Angeles Kings, so they're looking to close out their series. Same thing with like the Hurricanes. You've got a really competitive series between the Minnesota Wild and the Dallas Stars.
It's battle.
Yeah.
That's our test for the Avs in the second round. Whoever comes out of that.
The Lightning and Montreal Canadiens, that's been a super close series as well. Utah giving Vegas a really great fight in their series as well. Lot of great playoff hockey going on right now. The Sabres reclaimed home ice advantage with a victory last night in Boston. So, yeah, the NHL, NBA playoffs are both fantastic right now. We've had a lot of great games going on, and it's just it keeps getting better and better. The action's just going to keep ramping up. So you want to make sure you're tuned in.
Yeah, we'll
have full breakdowns of the the games coming up in the coming days on our show till the final whistle on Wednesday. Plus, we'll be handing out draft grades for every team. So if you want some more in-depth look into the sports, Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, we got you.
There we go. All right, everybody. So that does it for our top stories and our mail call. We're going to go on a music break, and you can go ahead and cue the music. We're going to go on a music break, and when we come back, we're going to be going into the What the segment. And with the What the segment this week, hopefully we got the right clip. But a Marine did a speaking engagement, and he kind of taught us how to deal with a John Deere letter. So whatever you do, stay with us, don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the H-Train Show right here on the station that's letting our veterans' voices be heard and beyond.
Sweat Whenever things get rough or it feels like you're at the edge, remember this: storms pass.
Tough times don't last, but tough people do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Of course, if you didn't know, you're tuning in to the H-Train Show. We're here. Our sole mission is to show veterans, men and women in uniform all over the world. There are more programs out there beyond the VA. My name's H. With me, my co-host, sitting co-host is HG. So let's get this thing started. Now, I thought we was going to do one clip, but I guess I was wrong in that one clip that I thought we was going to do. But ladies and gentlemen, it is the What the segment.
Those are cool tats, man.
Oh, for real. Thank you, bro. You see the Cobra?
And what is this one?
Oh, this? That's my credo. No regrets.
You have no regrets?
Dad?
Nope.
Like not even a single letter?
No way. Not me.
Well, I love him. I think he's great.
Okay.
I think he's a real winner, Casey. If I were you, I wouldn't use protection.
Chapter 35 benefits changed under the new VA. If a veteran parent is disabled, 100% disabled, their children get access to Chapter 35, which helps pay for their college education. Used to be that you had to use this benefit between the ages of 18 and 26. Now there's no age limit. This only applies if they turned 18 on or after August 1st, 2023. Congratulations, you little shits. I learned about this because my mom saw fit to call me and tell me that I was not eligible for this benefit. Even though both parents are 100% total and permanently disabled, I cannot get this because I'm too old. So I pass this knowledge on to you. They also raised like the cap. So I'll have to read more into it, but it used to be you could only use like 36 total months of benefits. So if you combine, say, like the GI Bill and the Chapter 35, you could only use 36 months total. Now they changed it to where you could do a total of 81. Look into it. Congratulations. I'm not bitter. I'm a little bitter.
Well, I tell you what, it was kind of like last week when we was talking to that gentleman when he was talking about how, if you're in the military and you don't get some kind of education or whatever, it's kind of on you because, you have 5 minutes here, you have 15 minutes here, stuff like that. There's always going to be like a catch or whatever. And this is kind of the same thing. I also know that, like, if you're a veteran and you can't utilize your Montgomery GI Bill, there's a way that you can pass that on to your family, like to your kid and stuff. I don't know the ins and outs of that, but I do know that is possible. And it kills me that every single day, every single week, there's always something either being changed or there's something being added or it's like your political system. They can write a bill and we don't find out what's in that bill until like right before they get ready to pass it. It's like you have to be on your guard constantly looking at the paperwork and seeing what regulations change and what regulations stay the same. And it's sad. We get done with our deployment to Iraq or we get done with our deployment from Afghanistan or wherever, and we're back here. We're fighting for our benefits. Now, I don't really talk a whole lot about stuff that's going on with me, like health wise, but when it comes to the burn pits, like the VA has no clue what they're doing. I honestly believe that.
From what you've told us, they really seem like they're not the most experienced and skilled.
No, because I've been going to the doctor for so long because of my throat issue, and then I was waiting for them to send me to this place so that they could like do surgery. I talked to them yesterday. They don't agree with it, so now I got a second opinion. And now, second opinion, does the VA cover that? Does TRICARE cover that? You would think, but I don't know because I'm kind of going against what they're thinking. Kind of like football players of the Denver Broncos. You know, they have their doctors, and then
They got
if
the
they
team
want,
staff.
yeah, if they want a second opinion, like the team kind of sniffs at them, you know, kind of thing.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's crazy how things are doing, and like I don't know. Let me ask you, because you're still pretty young, HG. You're still a pretty young caveman. Being a part of this show now, you've done it for almost 3 years. Okay, watching my show, does it motivate you to join the military, or does it or does it kind of make you like,
It pushes me away.
It pushes you away. Okay.
Oh, yeah. It does not motivate me to join,
because you see all the shit that we're going through, right?
It seems like the requirements for after you join the military is lifelong, like just living in pain for the rest of your life. If you are injured, you get PTSD, or you have something like that, you know?
Right.
It just doesn't seem like something that I willingly want to put myself through.
Right. You're like,
especially since like we came from times before where, like, you know, you turned 18 and you got drafted, and then you came back.
Yeah.
And, you know, depending on which type of veteran you are, which war you served in, you might not have had the best reaction when you got back home, and you might not even wanted to go.
Well, and Pete Sagev, which I don't know why, but he did like a press conference a couple of days ago. Now the flu shot isn't mandatory. It's not mandatory. It used to be mandatory. You had to take a flu shot. They're not making us now, you know, talking about my body, okay, whatever, you know.
Well, I mean, are you talking about like the flu, or are you talking about like COVID vaccination?
I'm talking about the flu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, with this administration, I don't think they're too focused on the COVID thing. I haven't heard COVID talk in a long time. I really haven't. It's always been like flu and stuff like that, but
it's a different line of work. Like, I'm required to get a flu shot because if I give somebody the flu at my job, I could possibly kill an elderly person.
Right.
But from them getting sick.
And you know, the flu, the flu is just like a sample. Like they literally put the flu in your body, and they're like, okay, defend. You know, it's like, really?
It's always different every year. It's like,
that's how all the vaccines work, though. It's a weakened version of the virus, because then your body knows the correct antibodies to make to help fight it. And so then when you get a stronger version, your body will recognize those markers and be able to quickly deploy something to keep you healthy.
Now, the clip that we was going to play, I'll just kind of tell you about it, since we're not playing that clip. But there's
this motivates me.
Huh?
This will motivate you to join. That's a good clip right here.
Okay. Oh, are you playing it or no?
My bad. This is our drop in the mic.
Okay.
Everyone.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not gonna do what you all think I'm gonna do, which is just flip out. I'm out of here. Y'all take care. Let's go.
I'd like to leave you with a short story about a young Marine named Ricky. It seems that after fighting in Sangan for 4 months, Ricky received a Dear John letter from his girlfriend back home. It read as follows: Dear Ricky, I can no longer continue our relationship. The distance between us is too great. I must admit that I have cheated on you twice since you've been gone, and it's not fair to either of us. I'm sorry. Please return the picture of me that I sent you. Regrets, Becky. He asked his fellow Marines for any snapshots that they could spare of their girlfriends, sisters, ex-girlfriends, or cousins. In addition to his picture of his now ex-girlfriend, Ricky included all the other pictures of the pretty girls he had collected from his buddies. There were 57 photos in the envelope that he sent back to Becky, along with this short note. Dear Becky, I'm sorry, but I can't quite remember who the hell you are. Please take your picture from the pile and send the rest back to me.
I laughed at that. One of the reasons why I laughed at it, I'm the kind of person that watches like movies, and if there's like cheating or anything like that, like I can't stand. Like The Notebook, I cannot stand the Notebook movie. I cannot stand it.
I haven't seen it.
It's basically,
Stupid movie.
yeah, basically,
Really unrealistic.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. So, but I don't know. What would you do, Caveman, if you got a Dear John letter? What would you do?
Probably not reply unless I had something to do like that.
Right?
Yeah, that was fun. That was pretty funny. I mean,
That seems like a funny reply. But
Right?
if I didn't have anything to say, that was just like, oh, F you, then I'm probably not even going to reply.
yeah.
And you know, I can see being truthful if you wanted to spare like the relationship, if you want to be friends, but there's no friends being there. You know what I mean? Because you wouldn't do that to a friend. You wouldn't lie to them or cheat on them. So I don't even know why she even bothered doing that. But everybody, that's our drop the mic. That is our what the segment. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go on a little music break. Probably play a couple of 3 songs or 4 songs, and then at the top of the hour, unless there's something that you guys want to add, at the top of the hour, we'll be talking with Earl from Veterans Trash Talk. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the H-Train Show right here on the station to be in the morning, NBR.
Good morning, son. I just wanted you to know all your things are with me now. Yeah, they finally made it home. There's that brand new pair of boots you only wore once or twice. I found your Army notebook. They're tucked inside. It's all laid out for me to see, and I can feel your presence right here with me. Everything you ever owned is sitting here with me, right down to your cowboy boots and jeans. And like a bad dream that doesn't seem to want to stop, it all came home in a cardboard box. Yeah, your uniforms, baseball caps, old t-shirts and socks, all that's left of you came home today in a cardboard box. There's that 49ers flag that hung above your bed, sweatshirts and ball caps and gold and red. Those camo uniforms are in there too, along with that black beret that meant so much to you. I have your patches, coins, and watches all up on a shelf, a solemn reminder of the life that you led. Everything you ever owned is sitting here with me, right down to your cowboy boots and jeans. And like a bad dream that doesn't seem to want to stop, it all came home in a cardboard box. Yeah, your uniforms, baseball caps, old t-shirts and socks, there's no rhyme or reason why you're gone so soon. There's no book or prayer that eases the pain of losing you. Son, I know that you're in a better place, but I just can't seem to shake this pain. So I try to keep holding on, just try not to go insane. I sit here in silence and think of you a lot, going through all of these memories in a cardboard box. Yeah, everything of yours came home today. In a cardboard box.
I used to sleep with my boots by the door in case the call came through. I learned how to run toward fire for people I never knew. I didn't ask who deserved it, I didn't stop to choose. I just raised my hand, said send me, and did what soldiers do. Now I wake up to different battles, paperwork, bills, and pain. Doctors' rooms instead of foxholes, still here in the rain. They say thank you for your service, like that settles the debt. But somehow every month that passes, you take a little more yet. I kept my promise when it mattered, I wish you would too. Don't take from the wounded, we already paid our due. I left pieces of myself over there trying to come back to you. I didn't come home whole, but I came home true. So don't take from the wounded when we already bled for you. There's a man with his medals in a shoebox tucked under his bed. 3 years of war in his bloodstream, still ringing in his head. They told him you're retired now, like the war just shuts the door. But the pain didn't get that memo, it still shows up every morning at 4. $200 and some change, that's what they say he's worth. For nights he can't remember, and days that still hurt. Try explaining that number to his kids at the table. Try telling them freedom's expensive, but fairness isn't available. You see a budget line, I see a lie. Don't take from the wounded, we already paid our due. You count the years, not the scars, but the scars remember you. We didn't break the promise, we followed it through. So don't take from the wounded when we already bled for you. There was a family watching hospital lights flicker through the night. A war came home in his lungs and blood from things we couldn't see or fight. They said you have to step away now, before 20 years were done. Cancer doesn't wait for calendars, it just takes what it wants. They did the math on the kitchen table, nothing added up. How do you serve till it kills you and still not be enough? They made the law after his sacrifice, so we wouldn't forget his name. But every time it gets blocked again, it feels like losing him again. Don't take from the wounded, we already paid our due. We do it again for this country, that part of us is still true. But don't look us in the
snow. The calmest waters come after the storm.
Whenever things get rough or it feels like you're at the edge, remember this: storms pass.
Tough times don't last, but tough people do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Red Friday. It is April 24, 2026. And boy, do we have a treat for you. You know, I've been doing this show since 2015, and it humbles me. I'd like to say that I started it, but I don't think I started it. But we've been doing this show since 2015, and that's how I got hooked up with DV Radio, Bo. Because I wanted to do what he was doing, and then a couple of years ago, I ran across another group that was doing amazing things, that was doing just like what we do. Veterans Trash Talk. We're having them on here in a bit, and they have a show pretty much every day. Well, I'm just gonna let them explain, let them talk. We're gonna be joined by Veterans Trash Talk Face Man and Big Earl for this week's interview of the week.
The interview of the week is brought to you by Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and
here he is.
There we go. Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. How are y'all?
We're splendid. I'm so glad that you guys could take the time and be in on our show. I check you guys out every time I get a chance. You got a lot of great things going over there. You got some political talk. You got some financial talk, and the one thing that strikes my funny bone is you guys have a resource talk. Same thing that we do. I would like to know what started Veterans Trash Talk. How old are you guys?
Well, is Nick even on this screen right now? I don't even see him. He's logging on in a little bit.
He was in here earlier, and I told him that we'd be top of the hour. So I'm sure he'll join us. But tell us a little bit about yourself and how you became part of Veterans Trash Talk.
Yeah, so I'm VTT's Face Man. You guys probably see all the videos on Veteran Trash Talk, and then the Trash Talk Hour. I'm always the guy covering the conspiracy at the beginning of the show. So Nick and I came up in the 82nd together. We both got to Charlie Company 2505, 82nd Airborne back in 05.
Airborne?
What's Airborne? Yes, sir. And we spent about 6 years together in the 80 Deuce. We did 2 deployments together. Then we kind of went our separate ways. I went to the dark side, as in USAREC, and ended up converting, becoming a permanent recruiter, and retired out of the USAREC as a first sergeant. Nick went off to being a ranger instructor and doing all kinds of stuff. And obviously, our kids grew up with each other. We're pretty tight. And then back in 2020, we decided to go live occasionally on Facebook just for fun. And it kind of turned into this whole, hey, we're going live on Facebook. We're talking to people. Why don't we create a group where like-minded individuals can come together? Because we obviously know, we deal with the suicide pandemic, veterans, military service members getting out, not having the right people to talk to. And when you're in that community, you tend to open up a little bit more when you're talking to a fellow brother or sister. So we created VTT Official. That turned into what it is now. And then we created Veteran Trash Talk, the page, which is what it is now. And then we acquired Gruntworks Clothing about 2 years ago. And now here we are. We go live every Saturday, promote their own businesses for free, authors, whatever it may be. And then we also have the fight show that's handled by the Big Earl and Joe, who served with us in the 82nd as well. And then we have the Mental Health Warrior that goes live as well. So yeah, just a huge variety of things that we're doing, and it's been a blast. It's amazing to be able to help a lot of brothers and sisters, and like you said earlier, provide a lot of resources, right? Because we have a lot of nonprofits that come on that offer resources to veterans in need. So it's been a nice ride, man. We're having a blast with it. It's a lot of fun.
Does it kind of humble you guys when you guys look around and you see all these different shows, these different video shows, because I can't speak for you guys, but I know when I first started, there wasn't anybody doing what we were doing. And now I sense in I want to say 2021, I started seeing more people doing the video, which, one of our sponsors, big shout out to StreamYard. StreamYard has made it possible for us to do this, to teach others, because teaching somebody StreamYard is totally different than trying to teach them OBS.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so it makes it dummy proof. So
we got Big Earl in the studio as well. I'm adding them into the
there
show.
we go, Big Earl.
What's up? What's up?
I finally decided to show up here. Yeah.
Hey, I was early.
Yeah, he was.
He was here before the show went live.
I heard.
I was almost tempted to bring him on, against co-host, but I couldn't let
You
AC
should have.
down.
I could have schooled you guys on the NFL draft, but you guys are all wrong about. So, yep.
Oh boy, here we go.
Crazy. And, hey, you didn't answer my question. Was your major award? Was it for Geely?
The award that I got was Mission Flight. It was from Oscar Mike Radio.
Yeah, I was. The Christmas Story for Geely, major award, the leg lamp. Come on.
Okay. I had to put 2 and 2 together on that one. I didn't quite get that, but now I get that. That's funny. All right, so Earl, what is your thoughts on the draft since you said something?
Well, I went to the one in Green Bay last year. I will say that if you have a chance to go to that live, what you expect in your head that $1 billion corporation puts on for a show, they hit it out of the park every time. Like it is probably one of the coolest things you can go to, even if you don't like football. It just everything's on time. The stars, the music, the live music, everything is just it's out of this world. However, watching it on TV is boring. Absolutely ridiculous. They have way too much time, 8 to 10 minutes to make a pick. Then they want to dramatize it. They got to have Mel Kiper on there talking. Just it's a joke, absolute joke. But yeah, the draft was good. I do like what the Rams did. I am a Rams season ticket holder, even though I am a Packer fan. I live out in LA. I do like how they picked up Simpson so that he can sit behind a Hall of Famer for 2 years and maybe develop. So I think the Rams are going to be dangerous for quite some time.
That's fair. I just think Makai Lemon was sitting right there and how deadly he could have been working out of the slot. And then you have Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams.
Well, Puka, who knows what he's going to be doing?
Yeah, that's true. He's got. Well, then you still could use a receiver.
That's fair.
Yeah. Never draft a receiver in the first round.
So, Big Earl, I was asking Face, man, do you recall what year Veterans Trash Talk started?
Yeah, 2021.
2021.
2021. Yeah.
Yeah, good during COVID. So, Joe and I, like I said, if you like to gamble, which you guys do apparently, and you don't watch our fight show Saturday mornings where we talk UFC and NFL and gambling, got to do it. We get kicked off of YouTube all the time for talking about gambling.
All right.
It is what it is. But Joe and I, when we were Joes together, Trigger Joe, we always talked about starting a sports show. And, we never got around to it, obviously, being in the military, and he got out. And then when COVID hit, they stopped all my physical therapy, all my pain management at the Sergeant Major's Academy. And I'm sitting here like, if they're doing that to me, I wonder what they're doing with some of my battle buddies that got out. So I called Joe up. I knew he was having a rough time. And yeah, they canceled all his appointments and doubled his prescriptions and yada yada yada, and sent him down a pretty bad spiral. So I was like, hey man, let's start that show. Let's get on a Zoom call and start doing it. And then, you know, the idea started spiraling, and I brought one of my good friends, probably one of my best friends, Dave, on, Face Man, and we like, hey, let's start bullshitting and you know, have a chat here and there to see how guys are doing. Because again, if they were doing that to me, or at the Sergeant Major's Academy, you get pretty good treatment. That's where a lot of us old timers go and get rehab before we take over a battalion. So you have really, really good medical care there. And so if I'm not able to get it there, then what is the average soldier getting? You know, what are they receiving? And so we started that, and you know, I think Dave was talking about it as I was signing on. You know, we were just running and gunning, not knowing what we were doing. And I kind of want
to know what we're doing half the time.
Still don't know what we're doing. I kind of want our marine producer to watch this, because he says that he's like this really good technical guy, and I mean, he can't even make a 5-second video that I can. So.
I know we need a dumpster fire in the background like this going. You know,
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy stuff.
So. Yeah.
Oh, I can totally make that for you guys. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
that's.
But hey, I love you guys, man. It's great, the community that we've built, you know, and then sharing it with other communities like yours, Vet Radio Syndicate, DV Radio, you know, all these great human beings that, you know, just the bigger the pool gets, the better. When somebody's having an issue or somebody needs support or needs empowerment, then we can just, hey, call these guys, call H-Train, man. I know he knows this guy. You know, I can push him somewhere. So it's been really cool, and you guys always sharing our stuff, and it's been awesome.
Well, Big Earl, I'll tell you, I got a story for you. You know, you talking about how when you guys started this, you know, kind of learning as you go. In 2015, I didn't even know what a mixer was, and I still at Colorado Media School, where I went to college at, they still laugh about it from where I was to where I am now. But at one time, what I was doing was I had a splitter in the back of the tower, and I had 2 lapel microphones, and I taped those to an outside speaker, and that's how I was doing my show for a year and a half before I learned all about like mixers and stuff like that. So, you know, podcasting, it's really hard. You know, especially if you're going to, you know, do the podcast and you're going to edit and you don't do it live, you know, stuff like that. It's really hard. What do you think is your biggest curve on you guys doing your shows? Like, what is the hardest thing that affected you guys when you first started out?
I mean, I will brag a little bit.
Edit the show. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I will brag a little bit. We don't really ever have problems as being 82nd guys and Rangers. We don't really ever have issues with anything. We dominate everything we touch. You know, and it turns into gold, and just kind of is what it is. But no, I think one is the editing, the professionalism. I know we could monetize, you know, more if we did that, but nah, not gonna happen, Sarge. Like we're gonna drop F-bombs. We're gonna do all the stupid stuff that, you know, we did in the barracks and have a good time. But yeah, I think the hardest part was understanding for me. Was understanding a lot of the legalities. That's a hard word to say and spell, so I usually don't use it. That's our rule on our podcast. If you can't spell the word, you can't say it. Like, you know, Dave knows this. I fought with Facebook, and to the point now where I can actually get them on the phone, which is I thought my greatest achievement in veteran trash talk is getting somebody from Facebook on the phone. But yeah, we kept getting shut down over and over again, getting blocked, denied. I mean, we were in the middle of a fundraiser one time for somebody who, a soldier that died and his child died, but they drove separately, so the wife didn't die and the other kid didn't die. So we were doing a fundraiser for him, and they shut us down live for inciting violence and for talking about the death of a soldier. And it was like, what? So that I think that was the hardest
Marines
part.
were calling each other devil dog. Yeah, VTT official, our group. was shut down 3 times. Yeah, right? 3? Yep.
Yep.
We had to build back
So we
up.
get demonetized all the time, which sucks because we pay all the people that run our pages. We don't make hardly any money on our shirts because we don't really care. But we pay, pretty much like beer money to, be admin on our page. You want to, make posts for us and comment, engage with our community, and give you $50 a month. Go for it. And so all that amount that we don't really make any profit. We give it all back out most of the time. And so when they demonetize us, when it really hurts us, And so I think that was the hardest thing.
Now, is Veteran Trash Talk is your network a 501c3 nonprofit, or have you guys not worked that out yet?
No, we went for profit. So
okay. Sometimes it's sad to say, but sometimes the profit thing it's a little bit easier than doing the nonprofit thing because
it's easier to start, obviously. Yeah. And we fight that all the time when we bring the nonprofits that we promote on the show. Is you have, and this is in the bro vet community, right? The as a veteran type guys, which Dave is one of those guys. As a veteran, which that triggers. So that's what might be a trigger pansy. When I hear as a veteran, I cringe, bro. I cringe. I'm like, first of all, you don't speak for all of us, so you better be careful with the next thing that comes out of your mouth as a veteran, right? But yeah, in the bro vet community, they think that nonprofit shouldn't make money, right? Can you believe all this money this nonprofit has? Yeah, the only difference is the tax code. The money goes back into supporting whatever they're supporting, and if you have a $40 million endowment, then probably the guy running that should be pretty good, right? And you're going to have to pay them. Otherwise, they're going to go work for a profit company. So like giving a guy a $200,000 salary, or like even Wounded Warrior Project, I think that CEO makes like $400,000 a year or $500,000 a year. Well, I mean, not the old one. I'm talking the old one was corrupt. That's everywhere, right? There's always a corrupt somebody somewhere.
Right.
But how much money that person makes for how much money that organization brings in is a crime, right? He doesn't make that much money for what if he did it on the profit side. So, like, yeah, nonprofits got to make money too. But yeah, little spiral. Sorry.
So what are some future things? What are some future things that you guys are working on right now, like fundraisers or events? Do you have anything that's pressing right now?
Actually, I can't officially announce it yet, but I'll just unofficially announce it. So we are throwing Veteran Trash Talk and Gruntworks are throwing a comedy event out here in California on D-Day. Okay. And we got big backing from the LAMVA and the county supervisor, and we're bringing in most of the top veteran comedians to include Drew Hernandez, Justin Garber, Robin Phoenix Johnson. They'll all be coming out to the VFW in Canyon Country, and we're going to do that to. I hate the stigma of helping veterans. I don't think we should ever say that. I think we should empower veterans to take over their lives, to start doing awesome things. So we're going to, and I think one of the hardest things to do is get veterans out of the woodwork to show them all the assets and tools that are available in your state with VSOs that will empower you to do great things. And I think a lot of that is a narrative to where you feel like I don't need help, right? Inside, I don't need help. So if you say, come out here and get help, I'm not showing up. So we're gonna change the narrative and empower veterans. So have a bunch of comedians there, and then have the VSOs there, so that we can just make a short announcement. Hey, if you're looking for how to get your kids free college in California, go talk to those guys. If you're looking to do this, go talk to those guys. Right, and that way you kind of trap them like the military. That's what a good leader in the military does. You think you're only going there for a 20-minute training, but it's a 4-hour sharp class. Right, so we trap you, we get you in the room, we lock the door, and then we show you everything we got. So we got that coming up June 6th, D-Day.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, have you had the opportunity to visit I can't pronounce it. The beach. The beach in France I can't pronounce it.
Oh, Normandy?
Normandy, yes. Have you
Operation Neptune. 80 second. Go ahead.
Have you been there before yet?
Yes. I was fortunate enough also to jump in the 71st anniversary of Operation Market Garden in the Netherlands. So I jumped into that on the same drop zone that they did, and that was really cool because I jumped out of a Belgian aircraft with a steerable Belgian parachute that I've never used before. And thankfully, my Ranger buddy in front of me. So when you jump in MC6, you turn into the wind. And there's vents in the front of the chute, so that kind of slows you down, right? Well, this Belgian chute, there was a language barrier when we were going through our pre-jump routine. And in the 82nd in the Army, we take like 2 hours to pre-jump you, right? The Belgians take like 30 seconds. They're like, yeah, you come out, yeah, it's good, okay, and then you turn, yeah, okay, it's good, and then you land, okay, and then I'm like, okay, let's do it, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure he said turn away from the wind, and I'm like, I go to my Ranger buddy, I'm like, are you turning into the wind or away from the wind? And he was like, I think I'm going to turn into the wind, and I'm like, and thankfully he went out before me, so the Belgian jump master was correct. You're supposed to turn away from the wind, right? So my Ranger buddy turns into the wind and he just starts shooting across the drop zone, right? At like 100 miles an hour. I'm like, yep, I'm going the other way, and turning, and I landed nice and soft. But when I landed, there was this old guy on a bicycle with a bottle of wine, just on the drop zone, and he's like, boom, here you go. And so that was really cool. And then in Arnhem, where they made a bridge too far, where the British got their asses handed to them, when we were walking around Arnhem, I saw the Pegasus flag, which is the International Airborne symbol. They were flying off of every building. They literally have a National Airborne Week there. And once they found out that you were a paratrooper, you didn't pay for a drink. It was phenomenal. And then Nijmegen, where the 82nd took the bridge, lost 43 guys there. Every night that week, they walked 43 candles across the bridge and put it by the monument. Like those aren't even American citizens. They do that every year. And like I'm telling you, I've cried a few times. I was crying that day. That was pretty special. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I did too as well. And like I visited the I can't pronounce it. In Germany, I visited the prisons. And
Auschwitz.
Yes.
David knows. Dave speaks German.
Okay,
Yep.
Auschwitz. Yeah, I remember visiting that, and when I went to France and I went to the museum, and I think the biggest thing that stuck out to me was the boots that was made out of Jewish hair. Like that made me cry, because there's still to this day people that don't believe that the Holocaust ever happened.
That's the most ridiculous thing ever.
I mean,
Holocaust
right?
deniers.
Even with social media now, we things go live like instantly, and we still don't believe it. Like it happened right in front of your face, and like, that ain't real.
I mean, hell, we've been there's a lot of people debating the moon landing, the walking the moon. There's a lot of people.
We can get into that. Dave doesn't believe in that either. So
what are you talking about?
That
is absolutely not true. I believe in the moon landing 100%.
All you need is 10% truth. I mean, that's what
the Holocaust deniers are the craziest. I grew up in Germany. I lived there for 21 years, and I can tell you, like, all the people in Germany are still living the past in regards to what happened. Like, everybody knows. So there is very, very, like, you bring that up, every German knows. There's Auschwitz, there's all the places. There's 1,000% proof that all that happened and that millions and millions were literally slaughtered. And for anybody that's saying it's not true, like, go visit Germany, go visit one of those camps, go talk to some of the Germans that are currently living over there. That is, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what old General Eisenhower said. He's like, take pictures. He's like, because
there's not a picture, don't count.
Yeah, he goes. That's what he said. He goes, Dave will try to erase this.
Well,
just
you
like
know,
we can open up all kinds of
Well,
worlds.
nowadays,
just like,
people don't believe in pictures anymore because they think it's all AI. You know?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. That everybody thinks it's fake. Just like just like a certain group of individuals with down south in the Civil War. Get rid of all those monuments. Get rid of all of them. Just erase all that. Like, I'm okay with the losers losing and not being celebrated, but there's a reason why some of those things are standing to remind you what happened.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if you forget history, then it's not going to help you in the future because
to repeat it.
Yeah, history is always going to repeat it.
Yep.
So with Veterans Trash Talk, can people join your network? Can vets join your network? And if they can join the network, like what are the requirements for them to be able to join your network? If you'd like to share that.
I'll let Dave cover the engagement part, but the joining part, we made a decision early on that we were going to include civilians, and a lot of the bro vets get upset. But again, when you retire or you get out, yes, you are a veteran, but you live in a community. So if you can strengthen the community, and the community can just have even an ounce of understanding when they see a Ranger flag, when they see an 82nd flag, all right, when they see a 1AD patch, right, when they see Charlie Daniels. Isn't Charlie Daniels 1AD? You just open up a conversation, right, with somebody that because you knew it. But yeah, Gruntworks is a larger following. That's more the Brovet page, where we get a little crazy. But Veteran Trash Talk and VTT
the
official
Brovet page,
which is the group VTT official. Yeah, just as long as you support veteran organizations and you keep it clean on VTT official, anybody can join. Because
we encourage everybody to join VTT official. That's how it really started. Just you got to be cognizant of what you post, but we can say for sure that we've not potentially, we can say for sure that we've saved several lives on there. Because somebody will come on at 2 a.m. and say, "Hey, I'm feeling a little off. I'm dealing with my demons right now." And it's just so fascinating to see. It's not us doing it, but the entire community just springs into action. And you got 20 to 30 vets. "Hey, bud, call me. Give me a call, sis. If you're dealing with this, I had the same issue, and this is what I did to overcome it." And it's just amazing. Like, it's the magic happening. So that is VTT official. So anybody that's watching, listening, go ahead, request to join. You got to answer a couple simple questions, and then you're there. But I think that's our cream of the crop right there. VTT official is really everything. Yeah.
And going with what Dave said, when somebody goes on there and there's that closed-mindedness, and a lot of Brovet pages have is only veterans, right? Well, you don't think there's anybody that could be on that page that could be super helpful that's not a veteran to a veteran that's in crisis? Like maybe somebody
family members, neighbors,
a family member,
friends.
like anybody like that could be like instantly know what to do, because I don't know, maybe they're a doctor, right? Or maybe they're a fireman, or maybe they're a cop that's dealt with it, and I don't know, social worker. To just not let those people in and not help educate them and help them on their missions is kind of wild. But yeah. And then Dave runs all the memes, does a lot of the interaction. I get on there because I'm a Facebook terrorist and just light it up. So and whatever.
I'm asking all these questions, and I'm not giving you a chance, HG. Do you have any questions before I ask them another one?
Yeah, I was just gonna see what ways would you recommend are the best to get in contact with you guys and get on your network, and also what your kind of weekly schedule looks like in terms of content and events.
Yeah, veterantrashtalk.com has links to everything, just like up there on the banner on top, all of our socials. And then, like I said, VTT official is the group. And then
what was the second part of that question? Faceman at veterantrashtalk.com. You can just privately email us. Nick and I both have our own separate pages on Facebook as well. So if you want to hit us up, send us a private DM. I mean, we check the DMs on Veteran Trash Talk and Gruntworks as well, but Nick does all the scheduling for all the shows, and we're usually booked out about 2-3 months out, if I'm not mistaken. day-to-day operations, I make random videos in my car and throw them on TikTok. I'm on there as well, so if you want to follow me, a lot of the content on TikTok is mainly mine. And then, yeah, we post memes, but we schedule them. So I schedule them through an app called Business Suite. So I'll just schedule memes daily, 3 to 4 for Veteran Trash Talk, and then it just, posts them for me. But yeah.
Yeah, we have our Mental Health Warrior show. He's on Thursdays, Wednesdays,
Shout
and
out to
Thursdays.
Cliff.
He switches it. That's Clifford Ballman. He's awesome. If you haven't watched him, he lives in Italy right now because he's a dependa. His wife's a 06 in the Navy.
Trying to see if I had his book in arms reach.
But he
it's
was
over there.
His story's pretty legit. He's a suicide survivor, and I mean had some serious shit go down. He was at the Pentagon on 9/11.
Oh wow!
And he tells a story. We brought him on because he struggles obviously on that day, but he was a warrant officer, so of course he was late to work. And when the plane hit, his buddy, they couldn't find his wife who was in that wing, and he had a technology that he knew about, because he was a communications warrant at the Pentagon, that could track cell phones. This is how old this is, before that we knew that was a thing. And they started pinging cell phones to try to find people. And so he was, he burnt, his uniform was burnt from the jet fuel and everything like that, looking for all these people, and they never found it. And then he'll correct me if I'm wrong here. I'm kind of telling a story for him, but then he tried to, go out on his boat on the Chesapeake and, free his mind. And then there was a boat accident and he couldn't save one of the people. And it really hit him. And he took enough pills to end it. And he just made a little crazy text to his brother, and it set his brother off, like, what the hell's wrong with Cliff? And they kicked his door down, got him to the hospital, and were able to save him. But he tells that story. His uniform's in the 9/11 museum. He actually got arrested by a 3-letter agency for bringing that technology before it was declassified. And then another 3-letter agency came and freed him. So it's pretty cool story. So if you are just chilling there and want to talk to somebody who has a great show, great guests in Italy, that's on Wednesdays and Thursdays. He kind of flip-flops based on his availability. And then Saturday mornings we do our UFC fight show. And when the NFL season's on, we have Trigger Joe and then Send It 7, who's was the Garrison Sergeant Major at Fort Sill. He's retiring. I'm flying out there on a red eye tonight to go to his retirement. And if you go back on the years and just, if you're a nerd or you could probably do it on ChatGPT, how right they are when it comes to fights, it's crazy. They're crazy good at it.
You talked about UFC and you talked about fight. What is your opinion on the Ronda Rousey thing? Tavian says it's a battle of two soccer moms.
I'm telling you,
it is what it is. They're not fighting UFC though. They're what is it?
WWE.
Right. WWE, yeah. I mean, hey, making money.
Oh, it's not.
Make that money. Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, you build your brand, make that money. Ronda Rousey was an icon for the sport, especially for female athletes, and she should not ever get discredited. I mean, there's going to be haters everywhere, but she's going to go make that money. Go for it. I mean, I didn't watch the Tyson fight when he was 90 years old because that just wasn't entertaining to me. I don't want to watch an old guy get beat up, so I probably won't watch a bunch of soccer moms go at it. But tell you what, if your soccer mom's Ronda Rousey, I wouldn't be too worried. So,
well, if it's on Netflix, you won't have to worry about watching it. Because
that's another thing. Crazy. You need 12 different streaming platforms to watch anything.
I know, right? Oh my gosh. Well, hey, you know what, Earl? I want to say thank you to you and Face Man for being on the show. We have this one last question. You're gonna love this. Watch Earl give you shit about this, but we have one last question. It is your time to shine.
Today's Time to Shine is brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts, veterans, and first responders. Runs on Dunkin'.
This is the time to shine, baby. It's the time to shine.
Earl, you don't know me, but I'm part of a boy band club, and that's we were looking for uncopyrighted music, so that's what we went through. This is the time to ask you if there's anything that we didn't ask you that you want to get off your chest. Maybe I didn't set you up for the right question or the right answer. This is 2 minutes for you and Facebook to talk about anything that you want to talk about, promote anything that you want to promote. It's your time to shine.
Go ahead, Dave. You start.
Yeah. No, I think you covered it. I mean, we could probably go on for hours. I know we're pressed for time. We definitely need to get you guys on our show. I know Nick can make that happen. Overall, just anybody, I think it's great what you guys are doing. I think we need this. I think you had mentioned you guys have been doing it since 2015, right? Like that's a long time. So you guys got some longevity and you're still rocking and rolling. So I love that. We're always, it's not a competition for us and it's never happened. It's like we promote each other. We're just all having fun with it. If you do want to know more about us, like Nick said earlier, go to veterantrashtalk.com. Go check out shop.veterantrashtalk.com. That has our awesome merch. Today I'm wearing one of our Red Friday shirts, right? I see you guys are wearing red as well, so I love that. Remember everyone deployed. And then Nick is wearing our bestseller. He actually created that shirt, Quit Being a Triggered Pansy. And it's a great conversation starter. It is not political, okay, because there's triggered pansies on both sides. But if you wear that to a bar or to an airport, yeah, you're going to get some reactions and you're probably going to make some new friends and start some new conversations. But other than that, yeah, just join our community, be part of the movement. And yeah, we're going to keep doing what we're doing and have a blast with it.
Yeah, well said, Dave. And again, if you watch our show, we also have Buddy. He's the most qualified soldier I ever met in my life. He was in the Army for like 75 years. Green Beret, Ranger, all kinds of stuff. Jedi Master.
Our first class, we got the unit, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But he has the honesty cap. It's hilarious. You got to listen to Buddy whenever he talks. It's absolutely funny. And then my book of Earl. Right, you got to listen to the Book of Earl. It'll change your life. Right, it is the best thing you'll ever listen to. Your life will instantly get better the minute you listen to it, because they are all off of my shortcomings as a human being. And this Quit Being a Triggered Pansy is a daily reminder to yourself. That's why you buy the shirt. Right, it's okay to get triggered. Everybody gets triggered. Everybody, right, about anything. But once you start making it someone else's problem, you just became a pansy. All right. It is not so here's this thing about the airport. This is the last thing I'll say. You wear this shirt, right? I had a lady come up to me, mask on, purple hair, right? Like, obviously you can make a pretty good generalization of where she stood, right? On the political aisle, right? And she comes up to me and says, probably a they, them, I don't know. But she comes up to me and says, what does that shirt mean? And I was like, she's looking for a fight. Like, she's trying to pick an argument, And I don't think she's ready for the Facebook terrorist that is the Big Earl, right? And so I was like, well, let me put it this way. I see you with a mask on. I think that you're either sick or you were sick. Why are you coming right up to me? Right? If you're so worried about a virus and or you have one, why would you get in my bubble? Right? Why would you come right up to me and start talking to me? Shouldn't you be in the corner hiding from whatever disease is going to kill you? Right? Why are you even in an airport? So she kind of like backs up and I go, no, you see, I could have done that to you and I would have became a triggered pansy based on what you're wearing. But I don't know why you're wearing that mask, but it's your business. That's what this shirt means.
Right? Mind your own business.
Mind your own business.
Yeah, the world would be so much easier and more friendly if everybody concentrated on working on themselves and not worried so much about what the other person's doing or what the other person think,
1000%.
Feels like you're projecting if you read the shirt. I think it's an attack on you.
Vanilla Ice. They had an interview with Vanilla Ice about a couple months ago, and they were asking his political opinion, and he's like, all of this propaganda. He's like, why would I give you my opinion when I have nothing to do with politics? I don't even touch it. He's like, I don't vote. I'm all about money. Are they going to pay me? Are they going to come and bail me out of jail if I get a DUI? Hell no. So why are you going to block people for their opinion or unfriend them because they're supporting this guy when this guy that can get you out, out with bail money? This politician.
And I like when people use it against me.
Cancel
like you're being a triggered pansy.
Cancel culture is a real thing. Yeah.
And then, but we are our brother's keeper, right? Like we are. Like if I see Dave messing up, if I see H-Train messing up, I'm saying something.
Right.
I'm not judging you. I'm like, hey, bro, you're kind of over the line right now, right? And like, maybe you shouldn't drink that last drink, right? You're already kind of tipsy, right? So, but then people will try to throw it back in my face like it offends me. Oh, who's being the triggered pansy now? I am. Thanks for letting me know. Thanks for I was enraged. I didn't like that. Like I don't like, what just happened in front of me pissed me off, and I started losing my shit. Thanks for helping me out. So yeah.
No, I really appreciate you guys having us anyway.
On. I love your content.
Nobody owes you.
I get on there when I can and throw my comments on there.
Oh, I love it. I love it too. I love it. And I try to check you guys out on Twitter. That's where I listen to you guys. And no, I've just got a lot of respect for you guys. Because you guys haven't stopped. You guys are keeping on. And this is a hard job. Like people think that it might be easy, but then like I had a co-host one time and I went up to him and I'm like, did you do your show prep? And he's like, show what? And I'm like, shit. Okay. So, I had to teach him. And that was one of the questions that I was going to ask you guys. Do you guys teach veterans when they come over, or do they kind of need to know how to do step-by-step in the entrance?
I do. I'm sure Dave does too. People ask how you're doing it. What's the secret, that kind of stuff. And I'll make a joke here, which is kind of serious because you can't have a funny joke if there's not a little bit of truth to it.
Right.
But to dedicate, to make a segment for our female veterans out there, right? We started this page as a bunch of dudes and that were real dudes in the Army. And again, that's another thing that we didn't cover for the time to shine is if you weren't airborne, you're not really on par with anybody that is, and that's okay. But just so that you know that. But we started that page. We started, we got that kind of mentality, that 82nd Airborne chip on your shoulder mentality, and then we started getting a lot of female veterans, talking to us and messaging us, and we're like, this is weird. Like, not sure if they're like catfishing or spam or whatever, and they weren't. They're some of our coolest people now. Most of our admin and our moderators are female veterans because they said, there isn't really most of the veteran pages are bro vet pages and they don't like it. So, they get to come on and, and talk about their demons. And then we started learning about some real sick demons that we never really think about as dudes, and it's like, wow, didn't know you were dealing with that. So, but to get to your point about teaching veterans, like we tried to empower, some female, veteran podcasts.
Right.
But I tell you what, the stereotype's real. They can't get their shit together, bro. Like these women, they fought, they couldn't get on time, and they know who I'm talking about. Pacific and all them.
I've been doing this. You bring up a good point. I've been doing this for a long time, and that's one thing I've said. Like guys and girls in the forum, it's so hard to have girls on a network. It's like they compete with each other, and I don't know why. They compete with each other, and
and then they start going at each other in the comments, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
And Oscar Radio said it perfectly, and I totally agree with him. There's a big enough sandbox for everybody to do their show, and you know what? If we have a show, if you guys have a show, Bo has a show, if we're doing that show every week, that means that the resources, that information, it's getting out there. That's what's important. It's not about the show.
Absolutely.
It's about the purpose. It's about getting that information. Because I'll tell you, the VA, they don't really help you get the resources. They tell you about the resources, but they don't teach or show you the navigation.
They don't empower you.
Yes, exactly. Because of my paralyzed side, because I have like an AFO and stuff, I never got clothing allowance until like 2 or 3 years ago because I didn't even know about it.
Right.
You know, and that's just one example of why our shows are so important. It's because
shout out to Monica and Len and Letha, the OGs of Veteran Trash Talk. But that's I don't know how much time we have, but what I've learned in the last 4.5 years, especially on the female veteran side, has been super enlightening. Things that I never thought about, and then it gets really uncomfortable. And part of that problem is
exactly.
We had some serious guests telling real demon stories that it didn't do very well on social media, and I'm sitting there like, wow, how can people not listen to that? People don't want to listen to that, right? It makes them feel like shit, and I remember the first time I was interviewing somebody, and shout out to Leah. She had went through a ton, and her business is doing great now. But like, I was shaking under the table when she was talking. I'm like, all I wanted to do was go rip everybody's throat out who she was talking about, you know. And I'm like, holy cow! But yeah, that's a big thing for the community to understand too. Is when you become that bro vet that's going crossbones, cross rifles, like, oh, Army, you're like, that's cool. Again, I like it. Like you said, a lot of pages out there, a lot of different things. But, you know, there's some people there that you're not going to reach them with that. And you're not going to be able to empower them with that. You're not going to be able to get that message that you're talking about out to that. So that was something that I learned that was like, I can have this bravado and be super, you know, I was a gangster Army Ranger dude. But like, how about we just be human beings and find out what's going on?
Right. Well, Earl, we're running out of time. I just wanted to say thank you so much for being on the show with us. I totally learned a lot. Hopefully you guys learned a lot too, caveman and stuff. With that being said, we're gonna go and I'll talk to you behind the scenes, Earl.
Alrighty.
Thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, for everybody else, it is that time. We're going to go on, not a music break, but we're going to go to Tribute to the Troops. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the H-Train Show.
Detail attention.
First call. The service member's name is called out loud in the context of a unit. This is meant to ensure all are present and accounted for. Second call. The name is called out again, louder, to confirm that the service member is indeed absent. Third call. The name is called out for a final time, followed by a statement indicating that the service member is not present and accounted for, signifying their death. The final roll call serves as a symbolic gesture to respect and remember their service.
Sir, I don't know how to tell the story.
Well, you got to, Joe. You tell him people what these men did here. You tell them how my troopers died.
Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in to MBR today as we pay tribute to Master Sergeant Nicole M. Armour, age 39 of White Bear Lake, Minnesota. Nicole was born in 1986 to parents Todd and Deborah. Nicole enlisted as an automated logistics specialist in the Army National Guard in 2005 and then later transferred to the Army Reserve in 2006 deploying to Kuwait and Iraq in 2019. Nicole was assigned to Headquarters and Headquarters Company, 103rd Sustainment Command Expeditionary, based in Des Moines, Iowa. Nicole was deployed to Kuwait as part of Operation Epic Fury. Nicole died on March 1st, 2026, along with 5 other soldiers in Port Sheba, Kuwait, during an unmanned aircraft system attack the day after the U.S. and Israel launched military strikes against Iran. Nicole was just days away from returning home to White Bear Lake. Nicole was posthumously promoted to Master Sergeant following her death. Her awards and decorations include Army Commendation Medal, National Defense Service Medal, Army Reserve Component Achievement Medal, Global War on Terrorism Expeditionary Service Medal, NCO Professional Development Ribbon, Army Service Ribbon, Overseas Service Ribbon, and the Armed Forces Reserve Medal with M device. VFW Post 1782 and American Legion Post 168 have created a battlefield memorial for armor in both locations. Nicole is survived by her husband Joey, son Owen, daughter Adeline, her parents, siblings, and her brothers and sisters in arms. We here at MBR would like to thank you, Master Sergeant Nicole M. Armour, for your service and dedication to our country. You leave a legacy of love and courage. Our prayers are with your family, friends, and those who served alongside you. You are truly missed.
Bell detail, pinted, ready.
Signed up to fight for freedom. What a price you had to pay. Picture in her helmet, missing family every day. Your Lady Liberty, dressed like G.I. Jane. Some scars we'll never see. She will never be the same. She's a mother, she's a daughter, she's a sister and a friend. Standing tall in that uniform until the very end. When Uncle Sam called, she signed that line to serve. 'Cause you can't spell hero without her. On that old dusty base with the meadows that shine, she's been to hell and back for the stars and the stripes. Your Lady Liberty, dressed like G.I. Jane, and some scars we'll never see, and she will never be the same. She's a mother, she's a daughter, she's a sister and a friend. Standing tall in that uniform until the very end. When Uncle Sam called, she signed that line to serve. 'Cause you can't spell hero without her. and then we cry, we can still see their smile in every sunrise. She's a mother, she's a daughter, she's a sister and a friend, standing tall in that uniform until the very end. When Uncle Sam called, she signed that line to serve, 'cause you can't spell hero without her, 'cause you can't spell hero without her.
You've got this. Even if today feels tough, your best chapter is just around the pond.
Whenever things get rough or it feels like you're at the edge, remember this: storms pass.
Tough times don't last, but tough people do.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the H-Train Show right here on MBR. We had a great show.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love it. I love Earl and his attitude, his charisma. Just doing good things. And I haven't looked, but I think the H-Train Show might be like the longest running video cast out there, to be honest with you.
Years?
Yeah.
Almost 12 years.
Yeah. I mean, we wasn't video forever. Like, we was audio until 2020, and then we went to then we started doing the video. Because there was always that thing where we would do the video, and then we would play something on video like hey, we'll be back after this moment. And then on the radio side, we would be playing music. And then we started emerging veteran music videos. And that was like I think that was the best idea that we've ever came out with. Because, for example, when I do my DJ stuff on Fridays and Saturdays on TikTok, I ran into another veteran that has a brand new song that he debuted, and I played it on TikTok, and he was all tickled, because he got his stuff debuted. So that's one of the reasons why I really like how we've been able to include the veteran videos and the little motivational memes that we've got, and to recap on what Veterans Trash Talk was talking about with their VTT page. It's kind of the same thing that we do on our forum for MBR, but it's messenger based. But it doesn't surprise me. I keep coming back to the same quote: an 8-minute conversation with anybody can really change your outlook on your day. It can change your outlook as a person. And I strongly encourage people this weekend, don't tell people to reach out. You reach out, because sometimes people can reach out for help and not really know how to ask for help. Have you ever had a conversation with you wanted to have a conversation with somebody, but you didn't know how to ice break that conversation? So keep that in mind. If you haven't heard from a veteran or a first responder in a while, reach out to them. If you can't remember their Facebook profile picture, reach out to them. Just some key advice to go into this weekend. Usually at this time we announce all the free events and stuff that's going on in Colorado, and we're not going to do that today because I don't really see there much going on this weekend that we need to really announce. So So other than that, what we're going to do is we're going to go to our final thoughts.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition. Strap in.
It's the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. What we learned today. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
At Project ML, gratitude. Our mission is simple, to give motorcycles to veterans who need the kind of peace and freedom that only a ride can give.
They are doing that every single year. Go to their websites, nominate a veteran, hell, nominate yourself. Get some of that wind therapy. So many outlets out there, you know. The nice thing about here in Colorado is on the weekends you can go to a castle, or you can go to mini tours, you can white river raft, you can go camping. I mean, there's just so many things. You know, that's one thing that we need to do. I don't see it happening, but that's one thing we need to do is Caveman and HG. We should go camping before you leave for Louisiana. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but
I don't know.
You might not even have time for that. But you know,
I gotta
get out.
I gotta save my vacation days to take a trip back to New Jersey.
There you go. There you go.
Gotta go visit my grandma again.
It's the final 2-week push for me. I'm hitting the grindstone.
Right.
One last time. It's the last 2-week push. Pretty much.
So Caveman, today, what did you learn?
I learned a good definition for a pansy. Good one. And I also earlier this week on Wednesday, I learned you don't even ride your motorcycle with a helmet on, man.
Oh no, I've
got to get a helmet.
Yeah, I get yelled at a bunch of times. I never wear. I'll tell you a story off air of why I don't wear it, but you know, sometimes it's a safety thing. You know, sometimes
safety not wearing a helmet.
Well, okay, for example, all right, let's say that you run into a semi truck, okay?
Uh-huh.
If it doesn't decapitate you, the knock of the head with the helmet, it's going to break your neck regardless. So it doesn't matter if you wear a helmet or not. The impact, it's going to break your neck regardless, you know? That's my story of the reason why I don't wear a helmet, but yeah, I don't wear it. Giving my dirty secrets away, Caveman. How dare you? Yeah. HG, what did you learn today?
Off without it. I was like, he doesn't have the helmet on. What the heck?
No, I don't.
I think the stories Earl was telling about those towns in England was cool that they light those candles for the airborne that came and helped. I guess that they probably helped liberate them or you know, and drive back the Nazis during World War II. So I think that was really cool, and it's cool to see that impact.
Well, you know,
I learned about that, how that impact from, you know, veterans has, you know,
oh yeah,
you know, not just here at home, but like for other people around the world. I think that was.
I thought
it
was neat that he was talking about how, you know, he landed, and once he landed, he walked over, and a guy on a bike with a wine bottle gave him like a sip or whatever. I thought that was kind of neat, you know. Brings me to memory of the Broadway girls, Morgan Wallace's song, you know, the walkout, you know, kind of thing. We still need to do that, like a TikTok on that before you leave, Caveman. We need to do that on all three of us.
One, my shout out to my brother. It's his birthday today.
Oh shit!
But we did one of those for his wedding in Mexico.
Nice.
All the people,
shout out Kyle, man, our number one fan.
Oh, you know, and I tell you what, I want to do a real quick shout out to. We got some people on TikTok. You know, I want to shout out Sydney. Thanks for listening. Jennifer Brooks, thanks for listening. Cassie, thanks for listening. Malik, thanks for listening. Veronica, thanks for listening. DJ Danielle, thank you for listening. Just a lot of support, and just reminds us why we do what we do. And this video casting, like Travis says, it's a big enough sandbox for everybody, and we all should support each other because we are fixing. This is how you fix the 22 issue. This is how you fix it. Purpose, community, and navigating and explaining benefits and resources so that other veterans can learn as well. And let me tell you this, because I was asked this yesterday. If you are a veteran and you need a service dog, reach out. You should not be paying for a service dog, especially if you're a veteran. If you're having any issues whatsoever with any benefits, any resources issue, reach out to us. We will connect you to the right people. Me and Tracer, we promise we will connect you to the right people. Try us. We'll make you famous. With all that saying, it's time to get out of here, guys. Cue the music, and we will be back next week. I'll let you know who we're having on next week.
Let's check it out.
Let me find out real quick here.
We landed this interview while we were live on the break.
Huh?
Is this the one that we got while we were on the break earlier?
No, and it's not coming up for me. Gosh darn it! Hold on.
He left it in his other pants.
Yeah, something like that. So on May 1st, we're having Brian Sims, Rebirth USA on. So with that being said, hey, do not beat your wife. Do not beat your children. Do not beat your dog. Do not drink and drive. Don't drive and drink. You know, all the stuff. Have a safe weekend, everybody. Come back and see us Wednesday for Till the Final Whistle. And come back and see us Friday. Remember, we are here for you, not for us. And they all said, giving our veterans a voice. See you later, everybody.
Life is like a duck. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. Here at Military Broadcast Radio, we're teaming up with our friends at Die Tired, the veteran-friendly music band spreading strength, resilience, and mental health awareness one shirt at a time.
And check this out. Their brand new shirts feature broadcast beaker right on the breast pocket. A reminder that you can weather the storm, and you're never alone.
Shirts are only $25, and proceeds support giving veterans a voice. MBR's mission to teach veterans how to podcast and videocast. Because when our vets are talking, they're not overthinking. They're not second-guessing. Together, we stop the 22 stigma. Grab your shirt today at mbradio.us and hit the shop. Or go directly to toramerch.printavo.com/merch/dietiredband. That's toramerch.printavo.com/merch/dietiredband.
Suit up, stand strong.
Remember, we're unduckable together.
You're built tougher than the storm.
Thanks for watching and listening to Military Broadcast Radio on Roku TV. If you missed today's episode, the podcast will be available on
all major platforms shortly after we go off the air. We're here for you, but not for us, giving veterans a voice. This is Military Broadcast Radio.
Thanks for watching and listening to Military Broadcast Radio on Roku TV. If you missed today's episode, the podcast will be available on
all major platforms shortly after we go off the air. We're here for you, but not for us, giving veterans a voice. This is Military Broadcast Radio.
Thanks for watching and listening to Military Broadcast Radio on Roku TV. If you missed today's episode, the podcast will be available on
all major platforms shortly after we go off the air. We're here for you, but not for us, giving veterans a voice. This is Military Broadcast Radio.
Thanks for watching and listening.